Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Gavin, and this is what's on my mind. There's been a horrifying, I'm talking absolute horrifying rash of shootings going on. And I'm not sure why. I wrote a blog about this a while back, and it actually makes a lot more sense. It's strange. So the first one is mother-in-law charged in shooting death of Atlanta kindergarten teacher, and it's strange. It's a strange feeling to know that in this day and age, gun control is not the issue. You can put all the placement on guns that you want. The problem is that people are slowly going insane. The clock spring that I talked about a while back in relation to the Pulse massacre, because that's what the fuck it was, and Christina Grimmie's death at the hands of Kevin James Loibl. The Sandy Hook shootings committed by Adam Lanza. Everything. The cycle of death and people acting out for one reason or another based on any number of things. It's increasing. Rapidly, actually. Because a great example of what I'm talking about is this one. Okay, see that woman right there? Elizabeth Wall, 63, was arrested soon after she allegedly shot 35-year-old Jenna Wall at the home of Jenna's parents, where Jenna and her kids had moved following the start of a contentious divorce between Jenna and her husband, Jared. According to jail records, Elizabeth remained with no bond. No, I'm just going to keep rolling. Remained with no bond in Cobb County Jail Saturday morning. She has been charged with 1 count of felony murder, 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. So, this woman right here, her mother-in-law went insane because she was leaving her son. For what reason? What reason did she have to honestly lose her life? And this is the mother-in-law. Take a good, long look. Seriously. Notice the face. Notice the mouth. Notice the eyes. It's the eyes and the mouth. I look at this picture and I see stress. I see pain. I see anger. I see rage. I look at this picture of this grandmother, of this mother-in-law, and I see a person that is afraid. Police allege that Elizabeth went to Jenna's home late Thursday morning, where she shot Jenna in the kitchen after taking Jenna's sons. I was right. She was afraid of losing her grandkids. When Jared arrived at the home, he found his mother in the living room with a gun to her head. Authorities have not commented on a possible motive. The possible motive here is loss. Fear of loss. Prevention of that loss. She was motivated to such an extreme that she shot and murdered the mother of her grandkids and then turned the gun on herself when her son walked into the door. I'm going to say what, first off, Markiplier's stated he was unqualified to say. I'm going to say what's on my mind. And I'm not slamming him. I'm not going to go off on him. Because, in truth, this video doesn't have anything to do with him. People are losing their minds. There's this unheard of level of tension in the air. Something big is happening. Something on such a basic level that people just do not know how to deal with it. It's as if the very basic primal instincts within our genetic code are tapping to life. It's survival of the fittest, because we're at a turning point in our life. We're at the strangest period where, for the first time, we have to choose between, or America has to choose between a TV star and the former First Lady as the next President or Madam President of these United States of America. There's a fear of loss, a fear of change so great that it's causing this chain reaction of violence, of unrepentant madness. There, getting back to this article, because this is fucked in the head. The mother-in-law, Elizabeth, that's her name. Elizabeth Wall. She was terrified of losing her grandkids. She was terrified of her son missing out on the chance to watch his kids grow up. And there's this weird pattern going on. I've noticed it for the longest time. With Dylan Stormroof, with Adam Lanza. Actually, no, Adam killed himself. The other guy, the theater shooter, the fake Joker. And now Elizabeth Wall. Shooters are surviving. The classic script has always been, they go, they commit a mass casualty event, and then they die. As if they gave up. When a shooting takes place, any shooting whatsoever, it's a fucking tragedy. There's no punchlines to make, no quips to create or write down, no proper way for comedic timing, because comedy is left out of it. When children are involved, it turns into a nightmare. Not just that, when children die, it turns into a night terror. And when the mother of a child is killed, it turns into something far worse. Cruelty to children. Now, I don't know why I'm so drawn to this, but her last words, Jenna's last words were, "I'm excited to join the kindergarten team for what I know will be an amazing year." Elizabeth, you should have pulled the trigger when you had the chance. Why did you? There's no questioning here. There's no repentance. There's no chance for mercy. You, Elizabeth, actively decided to take your grandkid's mother away from them. What was the reasoning behind it? I don't care. I don't care. I don't know how many more of these vlogs I can do. I don't know how many more scripts I can write about the subject of mass shooters, or sympathy, or either questioning rage about how everything's happening, or depressed sympathy for those first and foremost affected by it. When you read about this, you lose a sense of where we're going. You see the destination. It's fuzzy. Really, really fuzzy. But you just don't know what the destination is. And it seems more and more as time goes on that we're headed in a direction that's not safe. We're headed in a direction that's increasingly dangerous. Why are we so... I can't even fathom it. I really have lost all ability to process this kind of tragedy. So once again, I'm going to say what Markiplier's afraid to say, or attempt to say. In addition to being good to each other, take precautions. Be safe. If you see someone in the act of who's about to commit a mass shooting, and you know, or you feel that you might be one of the victims, don't let your death be for nothing, or potential death. You rush them. You rush them as hard and as long as you can. You tackle them to the ground. You take that gun away from them. And if you got hit by a bullet, then with your last words, I want you to encourage others around you to help to tackle that son of a bitch down, to take away his tool of death. Because at this point, self-preservation is not an option. As JFK once said, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Meaning, in the case of a potential mass casualty event, your personal safety, while important, does not outweigh the personal safety of everyone around you. Now, I know this might be a unpopular opinion. I might get a lot of hate for it, but that's the breaks. We cannot let 2016 become 2015 all over again. 370 mass casualty events. We can't let this happen again. We can't. And it's starting all over again. We are in the danger zone. We are the running man. We are in a dangerous game for survival, where we don't know what the news is going to give us. Will it be a normal news day, or will there be some tragedy that we're not prepared for? The goal for this year is to reduce the amount of shootings, to increase the number of birthdays, so once again, mark